Piano lessons. I would like to take some more. That's not me playing.
When you say take some more, you mean in addition to the one you took about 19 years ago?
Yes.
I just want to create some context there.
Thank you, Dan. Moving swiftly on. It is time for Inferno.
It's a lot of procrastination, by the way. I respect it.
Well, I mean, is it procrastination? No. It's not like the only thing I've done in my spare time is play piano and then just never played for ages.
Well, you have I think like, so for example, you want to read the dictionary, but you won't do it until you go to prison. That's also a lot of procrastination. There is a pattern of
when he says read the dictionary, he
decades.
means read the entire dictionary.
Yeah.
I have a list of things that I want to do.
But
I have a list of things that I've done and a list of things that I am doing. So it's not like I just have this list and I just suck. It's like, see, when you say context, Dan, you got to expand on your context. Yeah, don't just make your own little story. Like what's a terrible news source?
Fox News.
You, James.
It's not Fox News. It's not Fox News. Yeah, it's more Al Jazeera, man. It's balanced. I presume. I don't watch the news. I don't even have a TV. So I don't know what I'm saying right now. I do know what I'm saying, but maybe it doesn't make sense. Anyway, we're going to Inferno. Thank you, Dan, for all those interruptions.
I derailed you so much.
We're going to Inferno. Cloud9 are a map down, which the Brazilians in the chat are enjoying. I love when Brazilian teams are playing, because the back and forth in chat is really hilarious to watch. So keep that up, guys. Not that we can watch it while we're live, but moving around the office, I can see all the capital letters.
As long as it's good fun, right?
Good fun. As long as it's a little bit of teasing, then everything is all good.
Don't get serious. It's not a fight.
Well, on paper, Luminosity are not good on Inferno. They struggle. And it's not just that if you look at the stats, you're like, oh, they're not doing so well on Inferno statistically. If from watching their games, they struggle to play by proper Inferno. And the caveat is that if Henny's going off, like if they get some of the individuals, he's so explosive that can sort of turn the tide. And Cloud9 are not in a great position at the moment because I think jet lag is something that we do need to consider. They did just fly back from Madrid as we did yesterday, and they're a bit volatile right now and fragile. So even though they are the favorites for this map,
fragile like baby
and vulnerable.
We can't take this for a given for Cloud9, although on a good day, on paper it should be.
Automatic and golden with a smoke, a flash, and a HE. Someone at home is going to be triggered that they are not displayed in the same order. I'm going to assume they're displayed in the order of purchase. But I know that someone at home is going to be very, very upset by that. And Bolts has the trigger discipline to allow those players to move into even worse positions and then punish them for doing so. Trying to sell a fake, the bomb wasn't spotted, and now a rotation is in. 5 players are alive for Luminosity, and now they're not. So 3 versus 3. Neck is playing the slow game, back of the head and dead. Front of the face. And I don't know anything that rhymes with that, but and dead, yeah, why not? And Luminosity now continue to move forward. A fake plant allows more time for Bolt to get closer. Avoids the flashbang, moves back in case of a double peek. Bomb still not planted just yet. It's on the floor, in fact. Steal with the P2000. There's a kit right in front of him as well. He can't hit the mark. They know where Bolts is. He makes another step, trying to take out one before getting double peeked. That's a beautiful shot from him. A fake flash, but a nice headshot from Golden. And it will be a round for Cloud9. No lice, no carpet beetles, just headshots.
And Luminosity had a great setup at the start. They got the early kills, they got the exchanges, but then when it came into it, the 3-on-3 situation, 4-on-4, it kind of just fell apart right there, especially in this 2-on-2. Why is one person peeking and another person not trying to peek at the exact same time? You have one person peeking halls, literally fired 2 clips.
The crazy thing is I thought that B setup would just be, they would never defeat that. And the fact that their apartment setup was also godlike. It's crazy that Luminosity did not pick up that round. And now we got all the MAC-10s and Cloud9 are searching for the stack. And, you know, it was not a force buy from Luminosity, which is interesting because it's so strong on this map. It's the best map for a CT force buy still, and we won't see it, which is a shame. But it does play into some of the things we're talking about. You know, Luminosity, they don't play Inferno in the way that you'll see a lot of the top 8 teams playing Inferno. There you go. Only one player lost for Cloud9. The MAC-10's picking up some kills, so overall I think Cloud9 will be happy with that. And this is, I think, the nightmare scenario. I feel like if Luminosity want to win this map, they have to have a strong start to their CT side, because we know their T side is going to be shaky. So they're not off to the start that they need, but I feel like I can't really predict anything in this game just because of all of the details behind the context of each team, or in the context of each team.
A HE or two down mid. Minimal damage done. Fighting in the flames. Automatic will see Lucas taken away, but Nekiz will frag Golden around that banana position. He's looking for more. Maybe he got greedy. His teammate fell back already. There was a smoke up. Maybe he felt safe, but the poking and prodding through the smoke with the AK-47 will cause Luminosity problems early on Inferno.
Nice kill from Henny. So Henny fell back to Coffins because he had a flash. He has the flashbang, but his teammate went a bit too far, unfortunately, so didn't synchronize that very well. A 3v3 though, very doable. 2 players on the B bomb side here for Luminosity playing outside the site. Will they try to push through the smoke or go through the boosts? Let's see, is it being checked? Well, surely it will be. Absolutely will be. 3 versus 2 now. Bolts makes noise in construction, so they know one of 2 is. Advantage Cloud9 for sure.
Trajectory. Vice not quite checking this position. Up on the coffins, looking for a peek. Oh, the timing is absolutely brutal. Could he have got 2? We'll never know. Clean sheet for Cloud9. Pistols, most likely for Luminosity, waiting for max loss bonus next round.
So what Dan was talking about especially in Banana, Henny was calling back and the neck is pushed. We've seen this a lot from Luminosity, is the spacing and timing is completely off, because obviously the ideal situation is maybe peek together or wait for the flash and then peek the corner, or at least put yourself in a spot where you can't get spammed until the flash comes off. And a lot of these little time differences is going to lose you rounds and unnecessary deaths.
I wonder if with the smoke up, he wanted to play around it for a bit, try and bait them into a flash situation. It's nice timing from Vice as well, got to give him credit, because he sprayed, then went to tapping, expecting someone to potentially emerge after the spray. So he put himself in a position to win, and he did do so. 2 high explosive grenades for Luminosity, the 4 Desert Eagles, the CZ-75 on bolts. Still, I think he was just spotted there by a rush, and he just spots rush. An exchange, they communicate with pistols and rifles. And Lucas will have the last message. He sends the last Raven. Hen 1, they're lining up, he sees one, spams, falls around the corner, tries to avoid the spray. Okay, with all these pistols, Cloud9 have been subjected to all of them, and they've had nothing to respond with. Only 1 player has Kevlar, and yet it's a 5 versus 1 for KGB to deal with.
And he has to get position whilst the smokes are up. Oh, God.
Okay.
Is that running?
That is an anomalous round.
That is very strange. And, oh, my God. So
And that's why 4 spies are so dangerous, man.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a 4 spy, though.
Yeah, the Eagles.
1 man had Kevlar. They killed everyone. They lost no one. They were barely touched.
Yeah.
That's very bizarre.
That's the problem.
Very weird.
That's a really big problem.
That round does not happen very often on Inferno of all maps.
Yeah, it was just Eagles. It's definitely unexpected. So the war of Banana Rage is on. And I like this from Cloud9. They're not overcommitting, and Automatic actually picks up frag up. Still 1 more player though. I'm sure that he will check it. The spray there whilst he's blind is not bad. 1 more player spotted as Vice goes up onto the logs. They could continue to try to bombard Banana with grenades, and they may be encouraged to do so after seeing all the activity. But they'll go back for the mid take now. Still in a crossfire set up by Porch position, and it works out with bolts. All right, just going for the raw trades here, Cloud9, and will it pay off for them?
HE towards the balcony. Will it be a combo? Still alive. Vice taking Nekiz out towards the B bomb site. He hasn't quite cleared all of it, but the bomb is in a weird place to go for a rotation. KGB's on the site itself. Automatic, check him out. he could make a beeline towards the A bomb site. Patience is a virtue, it seems. Lucas moving towards Boiler. Very important duel, and it's lost by automatic, which means the bomb is lost. 40 seconds, moves towards A, taken out by Cajun B. Cloud9 with 4, Luminosity with 1. They get reset, but they still have cash for the most part.
So the interesting thing there was that I think Cloud9 read that when automatic got the pick on Banana and they went back towards A, I think they read that there would be 2 players to a bomb site, and that meant that taking top mid should have been more free than it was. I don't think that they would have been expecting that crossfire setup, because I think that they more expect a player on the A than on the pit, or A on a moto or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, if you're wondering why they didn't throw a smoke at Arch, that's probably the reason. Nice pick up there from Henny. Trade though, or rather I should say automatic. Well, nice trade from Henny. Automatic opening things up towards Banana again, giving his team lots of space to work with, but Bias is absolutely dead. Pulverized by the MP9, made into a fine pulp. And now bolts the angle. Superior position, further away from that angle by quite a margin, so he'll see the player first. Now falling back into the site. Cloud9 not really all that much to work with right here. How do you win these?
You headshot them more than they headshot you.
Smoke to Moto, or Little Pits. And then they go into the crossfire. That is an important frag. Now they know exactly where the other one is. Rush had to hit that, and he will. And that will create a 1 versus 2 off the plant, but he's got very low HP. And he will be walking towards the smoke here. Does he play next to the smoke or into Graveyard? Going in towards Graveyard by the steps. It's a common position if you're playing this situation solo. Will it work out for him?
Slow approach from Nekiz, just making it top mid now. Doesn't know where Rush has gone, looking towards Boiler. There's no kit for these players. But there is a trade from Henny with the USP. Had it out for a while. And he should be okay for the defuse, I do believe.
Yeah.
That was a great shot from Rush as well. That was so stunning. Oh, man. That's insane, because if Rush had just not even peeked, he's peeking there because he's like, I've given my position away. And I want to be the guy taking the initiative.
Instant trade there. Big drag from Rush to keep his cross in the right place.
That was really nice.
That's really nice indeed.
That was a nice shot too, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was
he had
crazy.
a very small window of time to do that and get the defuse.
Just imagine if Rush had a little more health, maybe head armor. Who knows?
Time out from Luminosity.
The Luminosity are kind of scrounging some rounds here. Cloud9 looking like the better team. It's their map pick, so.
Yeah, this is... don't think it's ever been a great map for Luminosity. Inferno, another map where I kind of struggle to remember the old Inferno. I remember a few things like the smoke you'd throw from CT spawn.
That's Superior smoke right there. It's a one-win car. So he's going to wide swing this car right there.
Oh,
they can't even see it. Tees can't even see this at all. It's like really weird one-way.
Love me some Furia. Catching up with MIBR in the rankings, actually. I would love to see them surpass them.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I agree.
Big fan of Furia.
They have I think they have a great chemistry on the team as well, from what I understand. A lot of really cool characters.
I think they've got 3 lands coming up now, ECS finals included. Oh, hello.
Oh my
nice
god.
to meet you. Maybe pull out the rifle now? Nah. Didn't last very long. 3rd round for Luminosity. Now what? 4,500 average for Cloud9. The buy is back. The AKs are back.
I would say that Cloud9 should go for the rush up mid into Arch, or second mid to Arch, because Luminosity have been reliably putting 3 towards Banana at the beginning of the rounds, and that's something that Cloud9 understands.
It's like a burst through the smoke top mid.
Yeah, just run top mid straight away, fast timing. You can see that it's another round where there's just 3 on B here for Luminosity, and so they will go pretty fast towards top mid here to try to exploit this. You could even try to smoke flash through it if you really want to. Be out the rotation, take over Arch
Oh
control.
my
What has just happened there?
Vintage Cloud9 plays as they stand in the Molotov.
Oh no.
It's a lot of damage.
So I was going to say, like, if you're under the assumption you're rushing that top mid position, you can smoke that and just flash Porch and go towards Arch. Because you're gambling that the whole reason you do that is because there won't be anyone Arch.
Well, there was 2 towards A. Now there are 4 Luminosity players, and now there are 2 again because now there's even 1 because the rest have been eliminated. They've only taken 1 player with them, despite Automatic and Golden's almost self-immolation.
Nicely
Staging
done.
a protest at the top of mid.
Vice has been playing really well. I think of all the players on Cloud9, he's been having the best series so far, which is, again, you technically don't want to see that because he's a support player in this team. He's a support player. That's kind of his role mostly.
He's the janitor.
You know, Rush is more of the entry fragger. You know, Cage and B is kind of like second fragger slash star with Automatic, who's dedicated AWPer, slash main fragger and star. And Vice is there to set his teammates up.
Surprised Luminosity lost that round. They had a really good setup in pit for a hall spot. They had 2 people in pit.
Yeah.
And a guy by small pit moto.
Down he goes, Nekiz. Has he been heard by Golden? Doesn't look like it. I love making plays to this position. Gotta be careful though, 4-second mid, but it's hard for him to check. He's spotted the hands. Look at the wide swing from Nekiz. Did his best. Golden gets his bell rung, but he's still alive. 4 versus 3. Fast moving round all of a sudden. With a minute 30 on the clock, we've got 3 bodies. Zip them up.
So that is actually kind of interesting. A point that I haven't thought too much about, but when you're tracking your opponents, when you're spraying, one of the difficulties is that the bullets go left to right, obviously, when especially with the AK. And if they're strafing right, you gotta adjust more to the right than you normally would, almost like aiming directly ahead of them. You can see Golden struggled to take the frag because he was aiming on the model, but the recoil is such that you're going to be missing the model with where the recoil is. So it's one of those difficult things that's worth practicing.
Gotta practice.
Practice, practice, practice! Henny with the AUG. It's a great position, actually, that one. I like it. And Cloud9 will gather towards B for the B attack. The final attack, the final destination, will be the B bomb site with the fish. And they will have the fish.
Fish for a frag. His teammate looking for a flank, doesn't find one. No kits. We've had a lack of kits on CT sides today, I feel. So many rounds, yeah, where it's just like, well, got no kit. It makes things significantly more difficult, out of position as well, and they will move away. They will retreat, put the car in reverse. Try not to drive off the pier.
When you said I was struggling to remember old Inferno, I was thinking like, oh, I remember 1.6 Inferno really well, actually. Obviously, you were talking about the previous Inferno versions in this game.
Yes.
You know, I actually like 1.6 Inferno, and the reason why is because lanes and choke points are a lot wider.
Yeah, they're way wider, yeah.
Way wider, so there's more room to move and not get sprayed down by, you know, constantly.
Idiots.
By idiots. Who's always spraying through smoke. So it's like, that's one thing I miss about 1.6, is just wider choke points. Because it's really easy, like on Dust 2 especially, B tunnels. Prime example, you throw one smoke, the T's can only stand side by side, and then they're against both walls. Like that's not hard to spray down.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we haven't got much of an investment from Luminosity in this particular round. Double AUG and a bunch of pistols. They are on the ropes at the moment. Cloud9 looking comfortable on Inferno. And it is kind of anti-eco territory. Anti-eco, anti-save weapon round. Saved weapon.
Saved.
Thank you for that. Slowly moving up banana, waiting for any pop flash plays, trying to keep themselves with enough cover, and that would partly be the reason for that Molotov. If there was a pop flash play, they'll be forced much further back. Vice is going to be fishing for information, searching, poking, prodding. Looking for an answer, a response. His call's returned. Nice position taken by Cloud9. Great use of utility around that arch area. Vice keeps them honest over towards B, and the anti-eco has gone well so far.
Oh! Bolts is... What?
You got 2.
2?
That's a nice little
You
second kill right
bloody
there.
what, mate? You what?
Calm down, Dan. You might have a coronary.
Oh my god. That doesn't make sense, really, does it?
He's getting shot, blasted.
That's outrageous.
You speed them. Luminosity down 7-3. Spacing seems to be the problem. A lot of peeking without exchange kills.
I had to start throwing that smoke.
Yeah, it's great. It's so easy to do. It's so effective.
It's not even a jump throw.
Nope.
It is just a normal stand throw. Timing there almost unfavorable for Nekis, but he will get out there. And they saw the info. They had enough info to know a top mid take was about to arrive, because he saw no players there on Banana at that time. Oh god, well, it's just not been a good time for nades, has it, for a Cloud9 on top mid?
Same angle. This time on Golden.
Quick look from Lucas. Still alive. Off angles, beautiful ones from Luminosity towards B bomb site. And Cloud9 have the bomb in mid. They're pretty deep towards A. But at some point that bomb will have to be retrieved. The win by elimination does not look likely. I think the bomb would be spotted if there was a rotation down Banana from the B players as well. So someone's going to have to collect. They've got position in CT spawn, but there's nothing doing from Luminosity. They need something, Cloud9. They need to be given something. Rush continues towards the B-bomb site. And he offers a grenade there to try and bait people to tell them, hey, we're in CT spawn. But still, there's no movement. Luminosity have barely moved on the B-bomb site. They are just waiting, maybe realizing this doesn't make any sense. Why throw that? It must be a bait, and indeed it is. They try to make their way towards the A-bomb site, poking and prodding, finally, as Rush collects the bomb, but now his teammates have gone. And he tries to save his weapon. Can't do that either.
That was really, really strange. A team like Luminosity just chilling. No one asking any questions. That was good.
It was a different change of pace than them peeking for information every single 10 seconds, which has been a little bit of their weakness. So it was a good change of pace. I liked it. Off angles.
Still a strong T side for Cloud9. 7 rounds. If you consider that round they lost to the Eagles, this could be a lot worse for Luminosity. Automatic once again. Getting the entry kill towards Banana. Okay, did they go? Oh, the bomb is not with them. Okay, well this round's over. This round is over.
It's gone.
Everyone's just died.
Deleted. Schwarzenegger's back, Eraser. I wonder what year that film is from.
I'm going to say 1996 is my guess.
I'm going to say 94.
Are you looking it up?
Of course I am.
Good.
Oh, of course.
Can't leave the
It is
audience.
96. Respect.
I'm really good at that kind of stuff for some reason. Only with movies.
Big up yourself.
It's very useless
Eraser.
talent. You liked it, but I remember seeing that, and then it was like one of the first movies with the railgun. Remember that?
I didn't really remember the film, to be honest.
But the whole thing was about railguns.
I think like with Schwarzenegger action movies, I remember Schwarzenegger. I remember large arms and holding weapons. And that's about it. My memory is generally terrible, so... There we go. 8 rounds for Cloud9. And the money is a mixed bag for Luminosity, but it's Cloud9 taking the timeout. What will we do with the remainder of our rounds in this half? Where do we go from here? How do we press on?
I mean, their control of Banana has been working extremely well. Luminosity still haven't really found a solution to push back the Banana control of Cloud9 without having to send 3 people down there. I think Luminosity needs to have maybe a more Molotov-heavy Banana at the start of the round. Make Cloud9 use smokes if they're going to be in that area, which means less smokes for executes, less smokes for A or B bomb site eventually in the round. So little things like that can make a big difference. If you toss Molotovs and you don't get any smokes, then there's a good chance that banana's clear. And that gives you a little more map control. Because this map's all about holding banana. A couple Molotovs would kind of force them out. But instead of doing that, Cloud9 has all the control in the world.
And there is a smoke. There's only one more for Luminosity after this, so we're not quite going to see the shenanigans that we have when there are 4 or 5 smokes on the CT side on Eco. Love to see those rounds.
It's great.
Just waiting out any nonsense. Lucas threatening to peek, a little jiggle. Not too much, not too aggressive. A Molotov, a poke. Cajun B approaching the apps. They seem to be an unknown for the time being, and there's another smoke. Does that kind of worry Cloud9? Do they think that there are more smokes? Does that make them try to play a little faster? Show some more presence, perhaps. They walk down mid after showing some presence there. They don't want to give the presence away, the info that they've rotated. And they've still got Golden, top mid. But now they only face 3 people. But with 30 seconds on the clock, you want to start moving in sooner rather than later, just in case something goes wrong. Case in point, Bolt's able to reload, and he has a teammate on the site as well with 25 seconds. They start to clear, and they will clear. Bolt's with another one, but he will be eliminated. And I think there's only so much Steel can do unless that smoke goes soon. Bomb still needs to get planted. 15 seconds. It's only making its way onto the site just now. A coffin plant. Does he go for some spam? Not quite. Worst case scenario ticked off just about for Cloud9. Rush and Golden are tagged. There's a lot Steel could do with this PT50. Does he have an angle for Rush? Look at this, so tight. Players walks into both angles at the same time, and that will be another round in the bag for Cloud9, as it should have been, as it was, as it will be, as it is.
Big round for Luminosity. They need a win out here to even have a chance. Story goes, Luminosity side, not so good as their CT side. Inferno, not as good as their other maps either.
So I was just pulling up their stats, and they are in 14 Infernos, so it's their most played map, 43%.
Luminosity.
Yeah, Luminosity there.
Oh, that was glorious. A nice flick into the pit. And Golden's head has been removed from his shoulders. It is in the air, it's in space, it's in orbit.
Oh, looks like the burst on Banana might be a possibility here. The coffin smoke. Dink just onto automatic. He's not going to be a happy chappy. But it's made his way to construction. They may have no idea, actually. I wonder if they've worked. I wonder if they realize that this is possible. This is cool, actually, because we had the smoke at the front of the site and coffins. So I really like those plays. Okay, Lucas understands. He's gone deep in towards dark spot. Nice pick. That's really important because now they can trade onto Nekis, who otherwise with Lucas would perhaps have been too difficult to deal with together. And now it's just Nekis alone. Oh, Rush understands exactly what's going on. Well played to him. Oh, speaking of which, Henry, does he realize? Oh, he knows.
How does he know?
They nade that spot. That would be pretty huge. But Automatic is the one who's low, and he's in construction doing the damage. Henny will take down Rush, but Automatic has been activated. Henny was the shot, and that will be that. 10-4.
We're round by Cloud9 Automatic staying alive with such low HP, getting headshot literally at the entrance of that execute towards B. Luminosity, again, we've been seeing it time and time again. Getting picked off without teammates helping. You got Nekis at the dark spot. And you have, I think it was it Lucas or Henny at the coffin? I think it was Lucas.
Lucas.
And he gets picked off with no chance of Nekis helping out. There's like 0. You can't do anything. You got to eliminate that.
They keep running past the smoke. Oh, into the spray he goes. Vice picks it up. And there's the smoke, and Vice gets away. That's huge.
So far, so good. 2 players wait top mid. They go straight through, and they are better equipped. Henny can do only so much. He can only do so much. Bolt's underneath the balcony. He's been a pain with this CZ, but only a pain. It's Cloud9 with 10 rounds, not Luminosity. pre-fire on the corner works well, leaving Nekids with an MP9 versus 4 AK-47s, taking some damage, looking for something maybe. A Molotov towards the site. They know where he is now, which makes things even worse for him. A flashbang high towards top mid. He moves around the corner. Blind as a spray from Rush, and that's 11 rounds for Cloud9 at half-time. Luminosity with 4 on the board. No surprises in this half. Can there be some in the second? Find out after the break.
Yo, man, pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man, I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. No, man, I'm busting if you're coming at me though. Busting if you're coming at me though. Busting if you're coming at me though. Man, I take aim, no free throw. No, man, I'm busting if you're coming at me though. Man, pull up, ain't talking a reload. Bust doors, no need for a key though. Man, I take aim, but this ain't a free throw. No, man, I'm busting if you're coming at me though. Busting if you're coming at me though. Busting if you're coming at me though. Man, I take aim, no free throw. No, man, I'm busting if you're coming at me though. Bustin' if you're coming at my head though. Fuck sexual innuendos. At the door like I'm coming for the rent. No, man's not running like I've got no legs. No, me, I'll bring it to you first. Not a coroner, but I'll bring it to your hearse. Man, I'm on full. Man, I put you in the dirt. Man, plotting on the best and I bring it to your worst. Always had a comeback, no banter. I'm known as a serial ranter.
Oi oi Savaloy, as some people say at football games in the UK. Football being soccer, of course. 11-4 for Cloud9. They move to the CT side. Inferno hasn't really been a thing for Luminosity in memory. Not even recent memory, just in memory. In my RAM, my SSD.
So, okay, going over their map stats again. So, if you're playing Luminosity, you should be banning Overpass or Mirage. Those are the two maps they had the most success on, which is why we see a lot of Train, I guess. I mean, we saw actually a ban in this series. The two bans from Cloud9 in this series was Overpass and Vertigo, and the two bans from Luminosity was Luminosity banned Mirage, even though it's statistically by far their best map. Interesting.
It's also
okay,
why,
well,
it's also why Luminosity, why do they play this map so much if they're so bad on it? That's another good question. Why not just learn Vertigo or Nuke or something?
The other thing too is that, you know, in going to Dust 2 against Cloud9 as the final map, Cloud9 that's actually the map that Cloud9 have the most success on. So interesting.
Not looking good.
Yeah, the veto, I don't know, it doesn't seem to make sense to me, but we'll see how it plays out. As the opening kill goes to Cajun B, he'll be rewarded with some money, $300. Wonder what he'll spend that on. Rush also getting in there. Automatics, is it his turn? No. No $300 for him. He will not pass go.
swinging around into the welcoming embrace of Golden. Although it is an acquired taste, that kind of embrace, getting shot in the face. Bolts 1 versus 3 rotating to the, well, maybe to his doom. Look at the angle that Russia's got. That's an angle you're not going to peek.
Counter
That was the result.
Blammo.
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 It's onomatopoeia, James. You know what that means?
Tell me, Dan.
So you don't know what it means?
Educate me.
Well, it's my choice if I want to
want
educate
to-
you or not. Just wanted to know if you knew what it means.
For the sake of the viewers,
Okay. All right.
so we don't disconnect them from the experience of Daniel Kapadia. Daniel, I love broccoli Kapadia.
That's true.
Daniel, history is not history Kapadia. Daniel, I hate encyclopedias Kapadia. Daniel, that's a nice flight of stairs Kapadia.
It's Capadia.
Which is what happened in Madrid. Those are some great stairs. We're in a hotel. He's talking about the stairs. I could go on. Should I go on?
Go for it.
I could probably do this forever.
Do it. Go
Daniel, smelling salts, Kapadia. Daniel, hey, I've got a bad shoulder. Why don't I just become a professional rings person? Oh no, I need operation on my shoulder now. Kapadia. I'll just leave it there for now.
I'm back now. I was doing some back levers today. It was nice. Anyway.
You are a lever, mate.
You're a bloody lever. All right. So that's a long list of stuff. So don't know where to start. So we'll start with some counter strikes. KGB will toss the deep incendiary, and look at this. It really helps. It really helps CTs to just rush that position. It means that there's nowhere to stand if you're a T. But if you hit the shots, then that's the best way out. And Steel has found those shots. And Cloud9 are off to a poor start on their buy versus buy. They're down 3 against 5. Maybe they should just stack one bomb site at this point.
Gamble stack.
I think that would be a great play, but they go back in with the flashbang. Good damage has been done, but the kills, that's what you need. Vice has been playing really well so far.
That's the 4th person in B that they've spotted. Should be kind of hilarious.
So that's, you know, they 5 versus 2. Press the pause button, someone will walk into your angle, and that's often quite reliable. Because the TTs in this instance are in desperation mode. They've got to go find something. They can't hold a bomb site. Nice peek from Rush, actually. Good timing on that one, but he will be saving here.
Bomb has been plantarized. And Rush can do little about it in a 1 versus 4.
So it is Capadia, James. You've had.
I know.
Yeah.
What, 5 years to adjust to it? Well, in fairness, I wouldn't agree with that. The only time I believed it was Capadia is because we met some Indian dude who worked for British Airways on a flight to America once, and his name was also Capadia. And I was like, is your name Capadia or is it Capadia? He's like, yes, it's Capadia. So I was like, all right, fine. I guess you're not a compulsive liar, Dan, at least in this instance. But it's just, I don't do it deliberately. I just don't remember.
Just can't say things correctly.
I don't think Dan can tell a lie.
You know that's true.
I don't think Dan can tell a lie.
I have a lot of mispronunciations.
He's
Dan
too
can't
honest.
tell a lie. He just sometimes
he's too
doesn't know what
honest.
the truth is.
Just don't know what is up and what
That's
is
a great
down.
excuse. I'll use that in court one day. I wasn't lying. I just didn't know what the truth was.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You have insanity defense. That's what that's about, right? I was not in my right mind.
There you go.
I was
No, that's completely separate.
clinically insane for that moment.
I'm not suggesting insanity. I'm just suggesting I didn't know what the truth was. Oh, so that's the truth. Oh.
Well,
Someone will buy it.
Well, I'm just saying that one defense is actually a thing in court, and the other one is it's not excusable
Look, man, you just
in
need
any
to be
sense.
persuasive.
To prove that you've just insane.
I didn't know that I couldn't do that.
There's interestingly there's
Stupid excuse.
at least as far as like manslaughter and someone goes, or homicide or whatever. In the UK, there is they weight the punishment based on like two main factors, and one was the mental state that you were in. So, for example, was it premeditated? Were you in your right mind? Is it premeditated? And also, of course, the actual action. So you can obviously be punished for premeditated murder or like an attempt.
If
Right.
I said I was insane, I think there's a lot of evidence to that.
It's true. So if you kill someone, you probably wouldn't get
I think I've
as
got a
heavy
fair
a
argument.
sentence.
I mean, I just tweeted a video of a flamethrower today, using a flamethrower. You know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I have a
You got a lot of things in your life right now.
dinghy under my desk.
You just got a lot of things in your life right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
They got Latin terms for it: men's rare, actus rare. Enough lore talk though, because we got the banana push.
We love lore talk, Dan.
We love it.
When I say we love it, I mean we really don't, but I know that you do.
The Molotovs. Oh no.
They just got sat down. Take a seat. Take a ticket.
They actually kind of look good for Luminosity as a second, but all the House of Cards are falling down here. Lucas with 22 HP. Gonna get around here eventually. He has a minute 10 to work with. Unlikely, but not impossible. All it starts with one kill.
It's an interesting smoke to throw. I guess it's just the only smoke that he knew from that specific spot, and he wanted to throw something. I just throw this.
Why not?
I guess if you're not saving, then it doesn't actually matter too much. But we'll see if Lucas can find his way into a fragging position. It did at least question KGB to clear out the apartments, so the CTs are gathering information still. And Lucas has the time to just wait, and he might actually catch one player off guard. And if he's able to do that and get a 1v1 and win that one, he's got a bomb site and 1 versus 1. So this is a very, very doable round in that sense. But you need the element of surprise. Good timing is a must. He hears the stepping in top mid, and he's been spotted. And there it is. Spotted, swatted. 14-6. This will be over very soon, I would imagine. Cloud9. They have an AWP.
Automatic on road. Always a joy to watch. There he is. He's got no knife. I mean, he does have a knife. There's literally a knife on the screen, but you know what I mean.
He's like me.
He's a nice skin.
How's he like you, Dan?
Because I don't have a knife either.
You do have a knife.
I don't.
You are in possession of a knife. Unless you're telling me that you sold the knife that I lend you. Is that what you're saying? You've given it away?
Oh, you gave it to me.
Oh.
I'm a generous man. I bought, let's talk about it later, because Luminosity are on the cusp of a 7th round here. They almost have half the score of their opponent. It's a long road to recovery, is what I'm trying to say, and it's never been likely on an Inferno for this team. But it's always time. I mean, they play Inferno so much. It's such an Achilles heel for them that they have to improve at some point.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's weird because they play so much of it that you would expect to see more evolution in their ability to play it, because we can see that it's not just the CT side but the T side. They have problems on playing it fundamentally on both sides. And Inferno is such it was the most played map. It's like the map that everybody can play at the top level. So it's kind of peculiar in that fact. Now what they could try to do is they could say, you know what? We actually just can't play Inferno. We've played it this much already. Maybe it's time to just actually start vetoing Inferno. Now that would be interesting, because then what you're doing is you're opening up possibilities for the team to develop their playstyle on different maps. And you kind of create an evolution for the team, freshen things up in that sense. And obviously Train, I think, is one that they should probably keep. And that's their second most played map that people do not really veto versus them. But that's the thing, like, people could easily veto Train against them, and I feel like their map pool's pretty shallow.
Seems like it.
Pretty narrow.
Especially if they keep playing this map. One of their statistically worst maps, why not?
Yeah, I'm going to check the map statistics again.
It was like 30% or something like that.
Yeah, and obviously cache has been removed, and there's no data really for Vertigo, but they have not played. They tend to ban nuke. They have no nukes on record here last 3 months. It's all Train, Inferno, Dust 2, and Mirage, and Overpass. Overpass and Mirage being their best maps percentage-wise, 70% on those 7 and 10 maps played. So there you go, mooking their way into the B-bomb site, trying to figure out where these pistols are, and they will find some, but some have not been revealed. Cajun B, that's a nice headshot, darting through the smoke, picking up a kill, and then running away. Oh no, automatic! Oh, he got to get that one, and he will. Corrects it eventually. Now down to Lucas in a 1 versus 3 as the bomb's down on the ground as well. And with players in every single angle, this is not an easy task. It's a good start though, didn't take any damage for that kill. And where's the trade at? They're behind smokes. He's only got 4 bullets though after that spray. He's going to be very cautious. Really can come in, 20 seconds to get the bomb. Resmoke of coffins at least gives him a chance here. Gets the dink as well. It's still alive here for Lucas. Oh, not quite. Good effort.
Game point for Cloud9, looking to move to a third map. Difficult situation for Luminosity. We'll soon see what they have to fight with at this point. Again, at some point, Inferno has to get better. I feel like it's pretty much a throwaway when it's in a series for them.
Yeah.
So practice it. You have to play it. You know you have to play it because you've got. I mean, maybe they are practicing it, but that's one of the things. Like they need. I think they need some outside help to solve problems which seem to be ongoing for a long time. But anyway, well, it's a strong buy for both sides.
I was just say, it's like I just said to Eric, like they can decide to just turn a page, start vetoing it. Oh my god, that's not bad. And you start vetoing it, James, and then you just freshen up your map pool. Just work on something else. Just throw it in the bin. Never to be seen again. It's a good start to kick things off, but the bomb's being lost now. Oh, that's a disaster, actually. There's 3 players deep on Banana. They've just lost the bomb in second mid. That looks pretty pretty nice from Golden. I'm not sure if he was visible even. I'm not sure if that was a one-way or how that worked, but either way, picks up 1, falls back. So it's not going well here for Luminosity. Finally got the bomb back. Now we're traveling towards Banana. And it looks like Cloud9 will be rotating people for this.
Golden gets taken out. 3v3, bomb being planted on the coffins. Maybe ominous for the remainder of this game at least. Bolts behind the wooden panel. Thought he was good for that one, but automatic just a little faster. Henny spots one of the other 2 players. Doesn't realize that one is so close though. Oh, he looks away at absolutely the wrong time. And that leaves Nekez alone, ding dong. And he cannot stop the bomb from being defused. That is game for Cloud9. An expected victory on Inferno. Luminosity with only 7 rounds, most of which came in the CT side, and there wasn't much going on there either.
Yeah, Luminosity just looks a lot flat, and you know we're talking about how bad they are on this map, but is it a map or a basic fundamental? A lot of their deaths and kills are just weird spacing, weird positioning. I mean, I guess that could attribute to not knowing the map inside and out like you know other maps.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about Inferno, right? Inferno is a default-based map on the T side. That's just how it works. You take Banana, you take top mid, you take apartments, and then you do things to try to like mess with the TCT rotation. There is the meta on Banana and how that exchange works with utility and how you can gain edges there, how you can punish 3 players Banana, as we talked about, with fast mid plays and so on and so forth. These are like the basics. And if you don't have the defaults, as you say, if you don't have the fundamentals of trading and spacing, then you can't play this map. It's not going to happen. So, and those tend to be issues that they have. They don't work defaults correctly. And at this point, everyone should play Inferno. Everyone's playing Inferno basically the same way. And there's a reason for that.
Meta.
Good average of kills on the Cloud9 side, and that's enough of the stats. It was a formality, I think. Inferno, it's nice to have in the pocket versus the likes of Luminosity because, again, there is much to be desired. The last map of this series, the last map of the evening, is going to be Dust 2. That's coming up after the break, so stay tuned. We will see who takes this one in this 3rd map of this best of 3 series.